So, how you feel a couple days into, was it a whole week since we got rid of cable TV?
Yeah.
Yo, no, seriously, how you feel though?
No, I don't even notice it, to be honest. And you know you got undies, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's like, I don't even watch the TV.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me rephrase. I never turn that TV on.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
do.
turn TVs on. If they're on, I happen to watch them, but I don't actually ever think about turning them on. But it's funny because like the day after you told me you turned it off, I like looked at the TV and it was off, and I was like, wow, we can't watch regular channels.
Yeah.
Like it just dawned on me. But then I was like, why do I care? Because I wouldn't have turned it on anyway.
Yeah.
And it was like day one, it was most noticeable. Day two, less noticeable. Day three, day four, every day that passed, I cared less and less and less. But it's just funny because I never cared when we had it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why do I care now?
But I don't miss it at all. Like, I mean, yesterday we turned it on and we went to YouTube to watch Inez's
Ines.
show.
Yeah,
Or-
the house tours and
Yeah,
stuff.
I say his show because that's like a show.
Yo,
That's a movie.
You know, his video quality,
It's
it's just cinematic.
It's like a movie.
It is like a movie.
So we went to YouTube and we started streaming. If you guys don't know, I went ahead and turned off the cable, house phone, and internet because I was paying $200 a month, and the internet that I had was Xfinity downstairs in the basement. Barely used it. Didn't even use the house phone either. Yeah, and he's eating eggs right now because we're about to go to the gym, so you got to get fueled up. I'm drinking my coffee, but yeah. So went ahead and canceled. I didn't have a contract with Xfinity, so I was able to cancel it with no problems. And I had three or four boxes, internet, house phone, and yeah, cable TV. Paying $200 a month. I believe that's a waste. That can go somewhere else. And it's been a week and a half, and I don't miss it at all. For the cable, I normally had 3 favorite channels.
HGTV.
I think ABC because Grey's Anatomy was on that one, and Good Doctor as well on that one. Other than that, we didn't watch anything else.
And you would be constantly watching like rerun movies.
Yeah, but the rerun movies, that's like if I go to Netflix or YouTube, not YouTube, Netflix, HBO Max, Hulu, which we still have the streaming services. I ain't paying for none of them. Those are all my family's streaming services that I have. Yeah, so I'm not paying for none of those, and we have smart TVs that can be added. So we don't need really cable. So
Yeah.
I'm saving $200 a month.
Yeah, because that cable service had internet, and that was the thing that we had cable, internet, and landline.
We had landline.
Landline we don't need.
Downstairs.
We didn't use.
Yeah, we never used it.
We never use it. The home alarm system is not dependent on that. So it's like, okay, we don't even know where the landline jacks are in the house. So it's like we're not using that. The internet was a secondary internet that we have for the house because we actually have fiber through AT&T.
Yeah, upstairs.
Well, no, throughout.
Well, that is true.
We have a
'cause
mesh
AT&T,
throughout the house.
Yeah, we just, for some reason, I had to put Xfinity internet in the movie theater.
Because we didn't know how to initially set up the theater receiver.
Yeah.
We have a home theater. So the theater receiver needed some type of input.
Yeah.
And anyway, long and short of it, we didn't know that we could just simply go out and get an Amazon Fire Stick, plug
my
it in
God.
to the HDMI port, and so because we were trying to figure out, well, how do we get the cable service to provide
Streaming.
Yeah, streaming, because we were trying to watch like movies from Netflix and
Yeah.
Hulu and Amazon Prime.
And that's all we watch in the
In
theater,
the theater.
room.
Yeah, we don't go in a theater to watch TV. We
No.
go in there to watch like legit movies.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, how do we get legit movies in here? Oh, well, how do we watch those movies elsewhere in the house? Well, we had cable boxes
Yeah.
elsewhere. But then we realized, hey, what is this Amazon Fire Stick thing, right? Because
Yeah.
like we heard about it, but we never had it. And like we're mad late to the game. Yo,
We started YouTubing it
Yeah.
and figuring out, if that's actually compatible.
so we bought one for $30.
Yeah, Target.
Tested it out on one TV that had no box or anything connected to it, right? And I was like, yo, this is unbelievably simple to connect. It was $30 one-time fee. Now, granted, okay, if you get the Fire Stick, there's a crap ton of free channels that are there,
Yeah.
streaming services that are there, and each one of them each one of the apps you have to download, and there's a maximum capacity for the Fire Stick, but there's a lot of free stuff you can watch. But I will say that there are a lot of paid ones, and I want to say there's like something like 25,000 streaming services on there.
Yeah. Or
Roughly
more.
about 50% of them are free. So you can legitimately watch it for free.
Yeah. But like your MTV, BET, like you can
Bravo TV.
Yeah, you can download it, and I believe they only give you 3 credits to watch the
program.
program, and then you have to pay for it.
Yeah. So don't think that everything you
is
might
free.
wanna see is free.
Yeah. But like we said, we go down there, we watch movies, and the ones we actually use are Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max,
Disney Plus,
Disney Plus, and
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. So we don't go there to watch MTV, BET, none of those. So it actually works out for us. For $30 and the setup, I mean, you took 5 minutes to set it up. I thought it was going to be very complicated.
And it's fast.
It wasn't. And it's a lot faster when you're changing channels down there versus I had Xfinity. And as soon
was
as
mad delay.
Yeah, as soon as I turned it on and I'm changing the channel, I'm
Hitting the
like,
remote.
when is it gonna move?
Yeah.
Like,
and then you hit it again, thinking it didn't get the input, and then it's like, no, I'm just slow. And so now it goes past where you were trying to go because
Yeah.
it now has received 2 inputs.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, this thing is so slow. Anyway,
Yeah.
Fire Stick is so much faster.
it's so much better. So I would definitely
And-
recommend if you want to, save money, cut the cable off.
Dude,
like if you don't watch
$200 a month?
Yeah.
Times 12 is $2,400.
That's a
year.
trip, you guys.
Dude, that's a trip to somewhere nice, okay?
That's a good trip. So yeah.
Word. So, what was I gonna say? Oh, so you might say to yourself, well, I'm not tech savvy. I don't feel like messing with all that. Dude, I ain't even gonna sit here and tell you no stories. You didn't even need the instructions.
No.
When you plug the Amazon Fire Stick into your HDMI port and on your TV, just turn the TV on, the TV, and go to the HDMI port that it's plugged into. Literally, that's the most technical stuff you're gonna do. Plug it in and go to the HDMI port 1, 2, 3, or 4. You usually only have up to 4 ports.
Yeah.
And if you don't know which port it is, just keep hitting HDMI
Until
you
that
see
something
it.
shows
Yeah,
up.
it shows up on the screen. All the instructions are on the screen. And as long as your smartphone is already connected to the network,
Yeah.
your Wi-Fi, as you set it up, everything's on the screen. And it's like, do you want to use your phone to
Set it up.
set it up? So it literally communicates with your smartphone. The smartphone's already on the Wi-Fi. It just says, hey, smartphone, what Wi-Fi
But,
network are you on?
Did it only connect because you have Amazon? Because if you
'Cause I
don't
have
have
Amazon.
Amazon Prime, someone that don't have Amazon
Okay,
Prime,
true.
Yeah.
So I already had an Amazon Prime account.
Yeah.
That might have made things a little bit simpler. So if you don't have an Amazon Prime account, you may have to create an account.
Yeah.
That probably takes you 5 minutes. But 99, I mean, like, Amazon's so huge, I'm willing to bet anybody buying an Amazon Fire Stick probably already has Amazon, an account with Amazon.
Yeah.
But whether you do or you don't, you may have to set that up. So maybe since I already had one, that is a step that, that I didn't have to really do. But literally 5 minutes, it was the easiest thing.
Yeah. And then
And-
we started looking at stuff to download, which Netflix, Disney Plus, and all that stuff. And the download was, I don't know, a minute.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, the download speed is going to be based on how fast your internet speed is.
Yeah.
But simple fact of the matter is, like, we were paying for this extra cable service and internet and phone for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So we wasted like at least $5,000. You know, hold on, like, yeah, about $5,000 on that, and
Yeah.
just completely eliminate. And the only reason we even thought of doing this is because I was going over the budget and actually fine tuning it, and then we were like, where can we cut?
Yeah.
And we were like, hold on a second. Do we really need this internet, this extra internet? Because we had two internet providers in the house, and it was cool to have a backup. But you know,
Which that came in handy, I think 3 times.
yeah, 3 times in 3 years.
Yeah.
And so it's debatable if it was worth it, because you know we run a business from here, so it definitely could be semi-debatable on whether it was worth it or not. But the internet speed was so slow, it was still a struggle to because we're uploading like a lot in a day.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm uploading 10 to 15 gigs and downloading 10 to 15 gigs per day. So it's like when the internet speed, even though it's a backup, is there, if that speed is super slow, it's still painful.
Yeah.
And we have smartphones, and we could technically use our smartphones to upload data, download stuff, or, you know, drive to Starbucks. And, you know, if I had to, 1 or 2 days out of the year probably wouldn't kill me. But I'm satisfied knowing how much we're saving. I like that. I like knowing that we've reduced our overhead by $2,400 a year.
Yeah.
That's pretty substantial. So
Yeah, and I don't miss it.
yeah, and that's the big thing. Like, it's like, yo, that saving $2,400 a year is the equivalent of earning $2,400 more per year.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have to spend it, it's the net equivalent of earning that much more. So I'm down with that. And literally, we just kept going through the budget and just trying to figure out, like, where else can we cut?
Yeah.
Because you'd be surprised, like, how many areas, like, most
And some people just pay for what they have and not really think. So I'm glad we sat down and started looking at the budget and see what we can actually cut and save money. And that was one.
And it was funny because when we first started looking at it, we were looking to reduce the package of the cable service
Yeah.
we had. And then we continued to analyze it, and we were like, all right, so at first we were saving like $80 a month because we downgraded the cable package. We were like, yo, we don't need all these extra channels, whatever.
Yeah.
But then we further analyzed it, and we were like, hold on. We got to a point where we discovered this Amazon Fire Stick, and we were like, hold on. We don't need any of this.
No.
So it's funny, like, you can keep reducing.
And it's funny too, because every time I called Xfinity,
Yes.
they gave me a different price. So I'm like, really? The lady told me if I keep my cable and house phone, it'll come down to $120. But then I called the next day, because then we went to Target, we bought the Fire Stick and stuff like that. I was like, look, I'm gonna cancel literally everything. So then I get a different lady, and she's saying, well, if you keep the TV and the internet or the house phone, one of those, like, we can give it to you for $89. I'm like, wait a minute. The lady I just spoke to yesterday gave it to me for $120. Why couldn't she give me it for $89? Like, it's all a game, you guys. Like,
How much of your time do they waste?
oh my God. And we were going to the gym. They wasted a whole hour of my time that we got to the gym, and I'm telling him, well, just go ahead and start working out. Because
you called them on the way to the gym,
yeah,
thinking it's gonna be a 10-minute call.
Yeah. And they don't listen to you. It's so freaking annoying.
And
it's like, I call and I'm like, look, this is what I want. Please just go ahead and do that. But I know that they're doing their job and they have a script that they're reading
That
off of
script
the
is
script.
annoying.
And it's so annoying. They're not listening to the clients. I'm like, I got so frustrated after the second call. I'm like, look, can you just please understand what I'm talking about. Like, I want this TV off. I want this. Please don't tell me what to save. You're gonna save me money. You're gonna do this and do that. Like, this is why I'm going to put a 1 on your survey when I get it, because you guys are not listening to the clients. You're literally wasting an hour of my time that I can be doing something else important. But it's so fucking annoying. Oh, I just said the F
Who
word.
gives a
But
shit? And
I was so frustrated. I'm like, God damn, you guys are not listening. And the first 2 calls, literally an hour. The third call, when I went to go ahead and cancel the whole thing, I got this guy, super nice. He's like, no, I totally understand. Dude, 10 minutes on the phone and everything was canceled. I was like, thank God.
man, I was so happy to see them boxes packed up and leaving the house. But it's like these people are so over the top with their courtesy and their politeness.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, y'all are pissing me off because
Yeah.
you're delaying the call. Like, just stop it. This is what we want. Stop all this extra over
Yeah.
the top because
I can save you this, I can save
you're not-
you that,
they're
blah,
not-
blah,
they're not
blah.
your friend. They're not your friend. They're not saving you no freaking money.
No.
So anyway, so that's it. So we're done. But I would strongly recommend everyone, you know, especially if you're a dual income household.
Yeah.
If you don't live by yourself and someone else lives with you who's sharing the expenses, even if you're not married, I think it's a wise decision to sit down, do a little financial planning, and literally list all of your expenses because.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're single or you're married or you're living with someone
Or
else, who
a
you share
roommate,
expenses,
yeah.
it don't matter. Everyone needs to do this. Write down your income, all your income sources. Most people only have one income source. Obviously, work to make more income sources. But write down your total amount of income source, your total amount of income for the month at the top, and then literally list everything that is a expense that you're going to cover every single month. Rent, mortgage payment, insurances, because you usually got house insurance, renter's insurance, car insurance. Do you have a cell phone? Who doesn't have a cell
Yeah.
phone? Cell phone payments, gym memberships. If you go tanning every month, list that. Because anything that's getting billed every single month needs to be accounted for. Because if you forget about it, this could be something you're paying for and you don't even realize it.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that have so many streaming services that they don't even realize that, damn, I'm almost paying $100 for just streaming services.
Yeah. Imagine you get a Fire Stick. You think you're saving money.
Yeah.
And then you start downloading all these different paid apps.
Yep.
And you start signing up for them. And next thing you know, okay, if you got 10 apps and each of them is hitting you for $15 a month, you might be spending $150 a month just on streaming services.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, hold on a second. You have defeated the purpose of saving money. So find 3. Because here's the other thing.
Yeah, and they keep going up.
Oh, and they keep going up. Yes, they keep going up. I want to say Disney Plus went up, and I want to say Amazon Prime went up on their streaming services. But here's the thing, guys.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that I did not like about TV, and I'm already seeing the financial benefit beyond the monthly savings, is that for every hour, for every minute you're watching TV, that is a minute away from you investing in yourself by working on your business, learning a new skill that could ultimately make you more valuable in the marketplace, increasing your income. If you're sitting down watching TV and wasting time, you're making the streaming services and the production companies wealthy at your personal expense. So I'm just saying, like, unless you're already, satisfied where you are financially and you can just afford to waste time doing that, I think
waste money.
And waste money, you may want to evaluate your situation. So
Yeah. Just write all your bills down and see what you can eliminate.
right. And, consider your insurances. There's a lot of insurance companies out there. You may want to call around because don't look at your expenses
true.
as if you can't modify them to some extent or renegotiate, right? So if you got insurance, which everybody does, car insurance, house insurance, whatnot, call around. See who's got a better deal.
Yeah.
Call the insurance company you're with. Be like, hey, I'm thinking about leaving. What is the best deal you can offer? And see if it might be worth it for you to either go to another company, maybe adjust your deductibles. Because if you raise your deductibles, it makes your premium less expensive. If you haven't filed a claim in 10 years, maybe increasing your deductible is worth doing. Because it's like, if you never file claims, why have a higher premium you're paying every single month when you could lower your deductible?
Yeah, it's like freaking.
Or excuse me, raise your deductible and lower your premium amount.
Medical insurance.
Oh my God, man!
Like
don't even get me started.
That's another story,
Scam.
you guys. That's literally a scam. Like, you're paying so much for medical insurance, and next thing you know, you're coming out of pocket so much, it's ridiculous. Like, what exactly is the medical insurance covering?
Dude, I had a procedure done in the last 6 months, and unfortunately, the only doctor I could find that appeared to be able to handle the situation was out of network.
Yeah.
So, you know, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 later, out of pocket, you know, an insurance company didn't help with that. It's like, you know what? It makes you really reevaluate everything. That's all I'm gonna say there. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here.
Don't mind the hair. We just woke up, okay? Like, I'm looking a little.
She's still pretty.